As we continue our look at UP women's history, we focus on two women in career fields who have made quite an influence on Michigan Tech University. Local 3's Rebecca Bartlemay tells us one was in athletics and the other in computer sciences.
Michigan Tech, which was founded in 1885, has a lot of rich history behind it. In today's era, there are two women who have made influences to the university in their own ways. The school has a strong athletic department, and the person behind that is Suzanne Sanregret, Michigan Tech's first woman athletic director.
I grew up in Houghton and went to Michigan Tech, got my undergraduate degree from Michigan Tech in 1993, and upon completion of school, I started working in the athletic department in the equipment room. I was not good enough to be a collegiate athlete, but I have a real passion for and interest in sport.
Suzanne worked in the athletic department to help pay for her schooling, and eventually that led to a full-time position that she worked up to being the athletic director, a role that she's held for the past 13 years.
When I started in athletics, I knew it was something I was very passionate and interested in. I knew I would want to be in administration. I'm fortunate that the administration at the time believed in me and hired me 13 years ago to continue in this role.
Suzanne says she hasn't dealt with any issues in this role because she's a woman, as women now play a major role in athletics.
I think one of the things growing up, my dad always said you can do whatever you put your mind to, so I don't really look at women are athletes. I'm very appreciative to Title IX and all that women that came before me in athletics prior to Title IX and how they fought for women to be a part of sport. I'm just a recipient of that. I want to carry on that women should have access to sport just like men do, and I think that is the case today.
Suzanne believes she has the best job on campus.
I get to work with some of the strongest students on campus and our student athletes, and just seeing them grow and develop. Athletics is still part of the education mission of any institution, or it should be.
In a different department across campus, you'll find Dr. Linda Ott, a professor of computer science. She is a founding organizer of the Michigan Celebration of Women in Computing.
We put on this program as a conference every 2 years, primarily focused on students, undergraduates, and some graduate students, to give them a better feeling for what it's like to be in computing, give them a sense of different research areas, give them a sense of the industry. Our goal is to encourage young women to persist and to enjoy being in computing fields.
Linda received her PhD from Purdue University in 1978 and came to Michigan Tech shortly after, where she's been ever since. She says over time she's noticed a shift of women engaging in the field.
Quite a while here in the department we had a very small number of women in our program. We've started to make some changes, and I remember I got to class one day, and the first day, and I was like, I've got more than one woman in this class. There was, 3 or 4. And I thought, this is going to be so nice. It's not going to be so bad for them, right? And then I quickly realized that the dynamics still weren't really very good. And part of it was they were different. So they had different interests. They weren't, like hanging out together. This year, I've got basically the same class. It's a little bit bigger, but there's more women. And now the interactions are normal.
Linda says the key to getting more women in the field is exposing them to it at an earlier age. She's involved with the National Center for Women in Information Technology's Aspiration in Computing Award.
This year we'll be recognizing around 40 high school girls as Michigan winners. Then there's honorable mention, and then this year that we've added a new category called Rising Stars, and those are as a way of recognizing young women, particularly early high school, who are showing a lot of interest but maybe haven't had a lot of opportunity yet. And so it's a way of encouraging them to continue to pursue it.
After the break, more stories about women in Upper Peninsula history. We'll share the story of one woman's contributions through a different UP university and what that school is doing to honor her.